Hello, Virgo, Virgo Sun, Rising, and Moon. I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your February 2019 tarot forecast. We'll be looking at all areas of your life, at least potentially, in this general tarot reading. So, we would like a Celtic cross forecast for the Virgo for the month of February 2019. Let's see what we get. What will be the energy for all those vibrating on the frequency of Virgo for the month of February 2019? What deep spiritual insights does the universe have for all Virgoan people out there? All right, we are locked and ready. Maybe I should say locked and loaded. We are locked and ready, or maybe I should say locked and loaded. Okay, anyway. Your current outside influences are the Two of Swords. Your challenge card, the Moon reversed. Your underlying energy, the Ace of Cups reversed. The past, the Emperor. Hope to achieve, the Seven of Pentacles. The near future, the Five of Swords reversed. Your attitude or position on the situation, the Three of Pentacles reversed. The outside force coming in, the Page of Pentacles reversed. Hopes or fears, the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And the final outcome card is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, all right. All's well that ends well, as they say. So this, I think this should end well. We'll get deeper into what I mean by that, but I think it should, but we're still not 100% certain. But so anyway, you are beginning the month with the Two of Swords. These are your current outside influences right at the beginning of the month of February 2019. So this card talks about a time to make a decision, a time to see clearly, a time to have faith and trust, also the idea of peace. But I think what we are really seeing most of all for you, Virgo, this month is the need to see clearly, seeing things objectively. And I say that because the very next card, your challenge card, crossing over that card, is the Moon reversed. Now, I know there are those who say that, well, since it's the challenge, it doesn't matter if it's upright or reversed. Well, I tend to read it reversed anyway if it comes up reversed in the challenge, particularly in this case because the Moon reversed can talk about the idea of seeing things clearly, no longer being caught in an illusion. Now, yes, when reversed in other situations, it could mean still being under an illusion, but the reversal, the way that I have always read it and interpreted it, studied it, have come to understand it over the years, is often an indicator of the idea of seeing clearly again. And so this is your challenge, crossing over the Two of Swords. Basically this month, particularly at the beginning of the month, but also throughout the month, you need to see things as they are. So I know maybe these tarot readings themselves can sometimes seem a bit nebulous and difficult to decipher. Well, I think that's pretty freaking clear, and I'm trying to make things as clear as possible when I do my readings. What you need to do this month is see things as they are. Pretty clear, right? So for your underlying energy, the underlying energy of the month, everything forming a foundation for your current situation in this month, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. So in the context of what we've been over thus far, this could indeed be an excess of emotions trying to cloud your judgment. It could be emotions from yourself, emotions from someone else. Like with this being the underlying energy, it can almost be more your environment at times, like maybe an overly emotional environment. So there's that issue. Now, for some of you, this might also manifest, based on the other cards I'm seeing here, as maybe a need for boundaries, to get in touch with what your personal boundaries are. Don't just let other people sort of run the show with you. If you are not in touch with your preferences, with what you prefer, with what you want, and how that may at times indeed conflict with what other people want, then get in touch with that and see what those boundaries are and set those boundaries, communicate those boundaries as needed. Especially like, again, when we have like the Two of Swords, talking about being clear about things, and even, well, the Moon card talking about for your challenge, be clear about things. Don't get caught up in the illusion of things. Don't get caught up in too much emotion around things. So it all kind of ties together, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Now, in some other cases, of course, Ace of Cups reversed can be lost love and disappointment, stuff like that. I don't know how likely that's going to be for the majority of you this month because of the other connotations that we have. So fortunately, that's probably not very likely for most of you. Now, in some cases, it can also, of course, with it being an ace, talk about a new beginning, particularly in this case in the realm of emotion, but a new beginning that doesn't quite go so well with the reversal. But those are less likely possibilities. So for the past, you have the Emperor card. So a number of possibilities with this one. First of all, you might have encountered a person basically representing the Emperor, or who the Emperor or the Emperor card represents in your recent past. Someone who is very mature and who gives you very good advice. Could even be someone working in a more public manner, like civil servants and stuff like that, who advise you, or it could be, privately, someone who gave you very good advice, someone that you went to for help, and somehow the cards are saying that this person is connected to your current situation this month. Could even be that this is the person you need to establish boundaries with or something like that. But in another sense, if this isn't representing a person, it could be talking about a time recently where you've needed to become more disciplined, more focused, learn to assert yourself more, learn to develop strong character and stuff like that. And so when we see some of these issues possibly around boundaries, if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't established boundaries, if you've maybe struggled with them, like with this card showing up in the past, then again, this would be a time to get in touch with what your boundaries are and assert them. For what you hope to achieve, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is like what you're reaching for this month, what your highest hope is. You could look at it that way as well. Well, the Seven of Pentacles is interesting. This card's coming up for a lot of signs so far for this month. What it's talking about is the idea of sort of being sick of your current job. if you're doing something that is not truly fulfilling to you, and wanting to find work that is fulfilling and meaningful, searching for your vocation in life, your ideal career in life, that which truly excites you and fills you with joy, that which you're truly passionate about, and not continuing to be so caught up in work that might not even be giving you really the long-term gains and rewards that you truly want. So that's what we have in that area for you this month. For the near future, the first week or two of the month, you have the Five of Swords reversed, talking about resolution of conflict, primarily improving times, more optimism, more cooperation, stuff like that. So if there has been fighting with anyone in your life, if there has been conflict, now we're seeing a time where it's much more likely to where that's much more likely to die down, and instead peace is going to take its place, or at least have a tendency to take its place. And that might even be the result of your establishing some boundaries with people. You know, boundaries make things easier, more peaceful. Boundaries facilitate peace and cooperation. However, for your attitude or position on the situation about halfway through the month, you have the Three of Pentacles reversed. This card in its reversal indicates that you are still feeling like you can't get the cooperation that you want, that you can't get the perhaps even camaraderie that you want with other people, or the communication that you want with other people. Things still aren't being fully communicated. At least that's the highest probability at this time. So again, what do you want to do? You want to make sure you communicate to the best of your ability, whatever it is that you need to communicate. So that's probably the most important thing I can say with that card. For the outside force coming in, you have the Page of Pentacles reversed, so this is someone or something or a situation coming at you. Well, Page of Pentacles reversed, first of all, could be a young earth sign, like a child or a teenager, maybe even a very young adult. So earth sign, that would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So yes, indeed, it could be another Virgo like yourself. And this person presents themselves to you and influences your life in a significant way, perhaps assists you in some ways, but maybe not in all ways, because the card is reversed. So watch out for potential conflicts. Other than that, this could be a new opportunity coming your way that you might do best not to take, actually, because the reversal is like a warning saying, hey, yes, there might be something new coming your way and it might seem exciting to you, but this isn't so likely to be the road that you want to go down. You know, this isn't the path that you want to follow. And I guess in some other cases, this can even indicate an eccentric individual coming your way. And in the reversal, maybe eccentric in a not so good way. So things to keep in mind. For your hopes or fears, you have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So very basically put, this is saying that you are concerned this month about terrible misfortune, loss, ruin, things of this nature. Fortunately, it's just in your hopes or fears. It's not in what is actually physically manifesting. And so, as we see earlier with, you know, some of these things, potential conflict with people or miscommunication or not seeing things clearly, wanting a better job that more accurately represents you, you might be afraid to go for what you want when it comes to work or career. You might be afraid that doing that being that bold and daring will lead to ruin and disaster, basically big financial problems. So what you essentially want to do when faced with that is Do what you can within the limits of your current belief system. Remember, your beliefs form reality. Remember that if you currently believe that you cannot be supported financially by anything other than your current job, even if it is one that you do not like, that is just a belief. It is only the belief that really makes it true. So while you're working on changing that belief, you can still, when you're not busy working or busy doing whatever, when you have free time, you can still spend that time doing what you really want to do and allow your life to gradually more and more move in the direction that you want it to move, including the area of career. So for the final outcome card, you have the Nine of Pentacles upright. Now this is largely a positive card, and that's why at the beginning of this reading I said, oh, all's well that ends well, because this is the idea of financial success and of the harvest and stuff like that, the fruits of one's labors. And so it is suggesting that by the end of the month, despite the challenges that you may face, that you do find a way to get what you want, particularly when it comes to work and finance. However, there is also the issue of this card having a solitary figure and a connotation of potential loneliness, or maybe like not everything being quite right. Like maybe you've gotten what you want materially, but you're still lacking in another area of your life, maybe when it comes to love and romance, or just your social life with other people in general. So do, of course, be aware of that possibility. And remember, what I said earlier, that your challenge card this month is the Moon. Make sure you see things as they are to the best of your ability. But basically speaking, it's far more good news than any kind of bad news. That your highest probability at this point is success at the end of the month, even if there's still some stuff left undone. So that's about it, Virgo. If you would like a personal reading with me, I do go live regularly on this channel doing tarot readings for donations of any amount. You could pay literally just $1 and I'll give you a reading on anything you want. I typically do that on Wednesdays, also sometimes on Mondays and Saturdays. So if you're not already subscribed, you can subscribe and then look for those. If my schedule ever changes, I'll be sure to let you know. And yeah, just $1 or more if you want through PayPal or Super Chat, and I'll give you a tarot reading on any question of your choice, any subject of your choice. So that's about it, Virgo. Thanks for watching. I do hope you have a great month and see things clearly and meet these challenges. I know you can do it. And I will see you next time. Thanks again.